Hi students, welcome back to Google Classroom Sri Govilam Public School, Guruvayur. How are you children? Hope you all are fine over there.
In the previous class, we have discussed about two important sources of business finance. They are preference shares and debentures. Hope you learned that portions. Today we will discuss another two important sources of business finance: commercial banks and financial institutions. At first we will discuss commercial banks as a source of business finance. Commercial banks occupy a very important position as they provide funds for different purposes and different periods. Firms of all sizes can approach commercial banks. Traditionally, commercial banks in India were not granting long-term loans. They were granting loans only for a period not extending beyond 1 year. But recently, they have started giving loans for a period of 3 to 5 years. And they also provide long-term loans to small-scale units in the priority sector. Then, let's discuss the main merits of commercial banks. Commercial banks provide funds to firms as and when required. That means commercial banks provide timely assistance to business by providing funds as and when it is needed. And the next merit is the banks keep the information of borrower confidential and the business can maintain its secrecy. That means banks keep the financial operations of their clients secret. And the next merit is no formalities of issue of prospectus, underwriting, etc. are required. So it is very easy and economical source of funds. And the last one is, it is a flexible source of finance as loan amount can be increased as per the business need and can be returned in advance when funds are not needed. So these are the main merits of commercial banks. Then let's discuss the main limitations of commercial banks. The first one is funds are generally available for a short period. That means loans from commercial banks are mostly for a short periods. These periods may not be suitable for large projects involving huge funds with long gestation period. Further, there is uncertainty about renewal of loans. And the next limitation is banks make detailed investigation of companies' affairs and financial structure before issue of loan. That means too many formalities are to be fulfilled for getting term loans from banks. These formalities make the borrowings from banks time-consuming and inconvenient. And the next limitation is, in some cases, banks may put restrictions and difficult terms and conditions. For example, if a bank loan is availed by pledging finished goods, these goods cannot be sold without repaying proportionate amount of the loan. So these are the main limitations of loans from commercial banks. Now we will move on to the next source of business finance, that is financial institutions. There are various financial institutions in India which provide long-term loans to business. Loans from financial institutions are in the form of borrowed funds. These institutions are established by central as well as state governments. They provide both on capital and loan capital for long and medium term requirements. They conduct market surveys and provide technical assistance and managerial services to people who run the enterprises. This source of financing is suitable when large funds for longer duration are required. For example, expansion, reorganization and modernization of an enterprise. Then let's discuss the main merits of loans from financial institutions. The first one is financial institutions provide long-term finance which are not provided by commercial banks. That means loans received from financial institutions are term loans, implying that these are available for sufficiently long time. And the next merit is many of these institutions provide financial, managerial and technical advice and consultancy to business firms. That means most of the financial institutions have their own technical cells, which not only appraise the technical aspects of the project for which loans are being taken, but also provide technical advice to the borrowers about how the project may be implemented in a better way. And the next one is obtaining loans from financial institutions increases the goodwill of the borrowing company in the capital market. And the next merit is repayment of loan can be made in easy installments. And the last one is the funds from financial institutions are made available even during the periods of depression, when other sources of finance are not easily available. So these are the main merits of loans from financial institutions. Then there are certain limitations on loans from financial institutions. First one is too many formalities have to be fulfilled for taking loans from financial institutions. That means financial institutions adopt rigid criteria for evaluating feasibility of the project to be financed. Besides, there are too many procedural formalities which are to be completed for availing loans. And the next limitation is financial institutions put too many restrictions on the borrowing companies, such as restriction on paying dividend, restriction on undertaking a new project, etc. And the last limitation is financial institutions appoint their own nominees as directors on the boards of the borrowing companies. These directors are not only concerned with loan aspects but with other matters too. These are the main limitations of loans from financial institutions.
So students, I hope all of you understood the concept clearly. And please note that the notes of the lesson and test paper are also attached along with the class. Make use of these available materials. Study well and attend the test paper without fail. That's all for today. Thank you.